Yeah, you ain't know. I'm a psychic investigator. I do psychic investigations. So we know, right? So if you hear any noise or any voice in the background that isn't mine, if you can, if you have the willpower, disregard it. All right. I know before I did say about ignoring, don't ignore anything. Ignoring actually, what it does is actually makes it bigger. So things that society has been ignoring is making it so big that it can't be ignored. That's kind of what's going on. So anywho, I got some bathtub water going, and I got some hot boiling water. I'm heating up to put inside the bathtub, make it real nice and boiling hot and stuff like that. So I know I did speak about the Most High of all creators. So basically, I would like to touch back on that a little bit. So basically, the Most High of all creators created me to experience Father, Mother God's magnificence. All right. So that is that's what's happening. So it's going to continue, So if a lot of you don't are trying to hold Father, Mother God's, enjoyment of, and because, I did let individuals know I am the all knowing. There's, if you don't have really no discernment and don't really know what that means, it's going to go over your head. You're going to go into like all kinds of other blah, blah, blah. A lot of y'all have been arguing with your mind. All right. I don't really argue with my mind. I actually go through observation, analysis, and, go with what my heart's telling me, and the better way, that's how to get to your higher timeline. All right, this being said, some of y'all have been, when I've been talking about all this little black magic and stuff, the thing is, some of y'all have been dealing with, some individuals have been delving into the dark arts. Sometimes you got those individuals, those people that don't really come outside, because they doing some dark arts in their residence, wherever they at, So this being said, I said I don't too much approve of others stroking my lion. I like to stroke my own lion. So here's a little thing with for y'all. A couple gems. All right, this goes. All right, let me tell you a little something that happened to me. Okay, and this, you could go to tarot card readers, you could go to oracle readers, you can go people that do tarot or whatever, and y'all could check on this to see if I'm lying. Because I ain't got nothing to lie. I'm so authentic. I just found out it ain't nothing else to be. There ain't nothing else. There ain't. I can't even be a wannabe. It's like, it's just, you know, authenticity is just like the perfect way to be. It's just calming. It's relaxing. You don't have to hide. You don't have to keep no secret. You just say what it is. It is what it is. You don't have to hold on to people and all that stuff, like, because how people feel, how they gonna feel. I am not responsible for how others feel about me. Some people really got to meditate on that and really got to like have that echo in their head, like, I am not responsible for how others feel about me. Me. I am not responsible for how others feel about me. Hey, tap out it! Well, you should have just calmly came out of that and just, because you kind of gave that individual your power. So apparently you care about how they feel about you. Get your power back. Go over there. Then I'm like, hey, I'm meditating. Hold on. 5 minutes, 15 minutes, all right? Yeah, just, I got to check my own emotions. I got to check myself, okay? You feel me? I'm checking myself so I don't get checked. You feel me? I'm coming correct. So I don't get corrected, So that's kind of, that's kind of how I am. I really don't like being told what to do, so I like to come correct before I get correct. So here's a little thing about me. All right. Okay, I'm going to bust out and say this because some of y'all not going to believe this. And some people are literally dedicated to misunderstanding people. I did notice that. Y'all narcissists. Wow, y'all some teachers, ain't y'all? So basically, some people are really committed to misunderstanding you purposely. And they like to hide behind these illusions You know, and it's like, look, reality check. Let's talk about observation. You know what the mathematic is, because what you're saying ain't adding up. That's the nonsense. So you want to hide behind those illusions? Okay, karma's real. Okay, universal karma is here. So let me get back to what I was saying. Okay, back in. Okay, I used to stay at, before I stayed at this residence, this location. You know, this is not an apartment. You know, I do have a fence and everything. Okay, when I stayed at my other apartment and everything before I lost, well, you know, well they really got a whole lawsuit on them. I'm taking the whole apartment complex. Anywho, the thing is, I I see numbers coming out of my eyes. Okay, I see light. Basically, I like when I even when I close my eyes, I can see this electricity. It's like spinning. Okay, it's like this small, but it's like it's coming out of my pupils, you know. And like when I do this, okay, I can see this right here. It's right there. Then I do this, okay, and I can see. Oh, wait a minute, right here. You know. Now I open both of them. I see it. There we go. It's real small right there. And the thing is, there's numbers that come out of it. Okay, you know, one time I was sitting in my old apartment, and you know the sun was out, and it's kind of like going into like afternoon, like but like noon, all that kind of, you know, and I seen numbers floating. They were very small, and the thing is, it kind of boggled me. They were dirty blue, pink, yellow, and they were floating right in front of, like, right in my eyesight. And I'm like, and I just looked at it, and then it would move like the number. And it's like, first of all, it wasn't Roman. You know how the Romans got one, boom, like one, and then they got the slash for the, you know, and all that. No, it wasn't even like that. It was actual numbers, like literally numbered, like the two and like the four, and it was just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful, and it just started floating, and then basically there was a circle right here, basically circle right here, and basically it would disappear and the numbers would stretch. You feel me? The thing is, right now I can see the circle and I can see the electricity right now. Okay, because certain ones I'm you know, they certain ones, I guess they got jello, whatever. So some entity would like try to latch on to me or whatever. So I know the numbers is still there. You know, basically somebody's trying to take over me. They don't get access to those numbers. Okay, so I'll know, you know. So basically, literally I can see time. Okay, I can see time. All right. When I close my eyes, I can see light. This looks like electricity, what I'm looking at. And they're spinning like, if I had two, with my other hand, I'm holding this, but they're spinning like that. And then sometimes I like to focus when I look out and I'm looking at the sun gazing. I come back in, I can literally see it's like a circle, and then it's got like electricity in the middle, like two of them, like two, but it's like one, it's just spinning so fast, and I can see it. Like I just looking at, you feel me? I can see in the dark. Okay, so I'm nothing to play with. I literally have a spiritual gift. Okay, maybe I got it from, you know, past, like not even that. Okay, well basically it is kind of, basically it came because when I was younger, I ain't really see that in my eyes like that. Cause one time, like I used to see something out my eyes, it looked like it was like right here, and then sometimes like when I used to try to look at it, I'm like, what is that? It used to move, and I'd be like, every time I'm trying to focus on it, it was like moving. And then it got to the point to where when I started looking at what that electricity, what like it kind of started like it moved. And then when I got to the point to where I focused, like now it got to the point it's in the center of my vision. Like right now it's right here in the center of my vision. Like, it's like right here. Okay, so anywhere I could look, is I know where the center of my vision is right there, because I can see it's right here, you know. So some people won't understand this, you feel me? So not everybody see what people see through their eyes. Not all, you feel me? Not everybody gonna see what I see. I know this, you know. So that's why I'm just like, you know, I know the spiritual realm is real. And there I had experiences where, you know, certain, you know, phenomenon in, you know, in my days. The thing is, I have a real gift and I got more gifts coming. That part. So I love y'all. Stay accountable.